It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. We got Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith here. Tonight, Game 5 in this conference finals matchup. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Taking a look at the Celtics, they were unable to grab one on the road in Game 4. But back on their home court, we'll see if what they need is a little home cooking. Been a hard-fought series to this point, but with Game 5 on their home floor, they've got to take control. Shaq, let's get you to weigh in first.
If they lose tonight, they're facing the elimination on road in Game 6. Now, as the series progresses, Ernie, the margin for error has got to be smaller and smaller. They really need to concentrate, especially tonight.
Jet?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the phrase must win, but tonight is a must win. Because if you don't, this is a hard-pressed and hard-fought battle. I think it would be tough for either team to get back in the series. So I think tonight's winner has the must win.
Yes, and now we must go to Kevin Harlan.
What a series it's been. We're tied at 2-2, and here comes the all-important Game 5. 2K Sports presents the NBA playoffs. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And also joining us on the sidelines, the league's most valuable player in 2004, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
Okay, how you been, man? It's good to see you,
Waiting for you to sit right here next to us. That's what I've been waiting for.
Man, thank you for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Can't wait to get inside your impressions of this game. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Boston Celtics. You look at the Celtics. With the series tied 2 games apiece, a chance here to retake the series lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
No secret here, guys, that in this situation, the winner of Game 5 goes on to win the series the vast majority of the time. So they want to take care of business here and avoid a do-or-die Game 6 in hostile territory.
And before we get going, let's catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, who had a chance to speak with head coach Brad Stevens. David, what do you have to say?
Well, fellas, this season series has not gone in their favor so far, and he was at a loss to explain the 1-2 record against them. He said, we've just come out so flat against them in those 2 losses. For whatever reason, we haven't had the energy we have against other teams. Let's see if they're properly motivated today. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Kevin, of all the people you've faced, who is the toughest guy for you to score against down low? Let's pick that geography. Who is the toughest to score against down there?
Listen, I know a lot of people. I've always said Rasheed Wallace. I've always said Tim Duncan. They're probably the 2 that brought a different level of play out of me. But shout out to Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson, I don't know if people know this, but Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson was one of the better defenders in the post. He was very strong. He was very long. He didn't go for any counters. He was very disciplined. He was well prepared because he was a veteran. The refs let him get away with a lot, touching and grabbing. He knew when to be physical in some positions. He knew to do what we call work early. He would meet you at the three-point line, and he would be fighting you, and you would post up probably like a step outside the three-point line. Like, he was really good at some of his techniques and how he was able to control the post. After Cliff left the game, I watched a lot of his tape, and I took a lot of his
no kidding.
I had to, because it was so effective against me that I was able to use it against other other post players on the defensive end.
I never knew that story.
Dennis Rodman was another guy I watched a lot. Akeem Olajuwon I watched a lot because these guys were laterally very similar to my makeup. Akeem Olajuwon was long. He was able to laterally move with you. I was laterally able to move with guards and able to laterally to slide with some of the forwards and some of the more laterally gifted power forwards. And with that, able to get my feet together, being able to block shots, challenge the rim, stuff like that. Things that if you're going to get better at something, you got to go and reach and find the great ones that did it before you and take it, and then I was able to apply it, and I did those things.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love, the two stars at the 4 and the 5. J.R. Smith out there with Hill, and it's Korver in at the 3.
I think one of the things organizations appreciate about Al Horford is how he is a two-way player. He's always going to give his best effort. What a pro this guy is.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And here are the Cavaliers. They won their last game Monday night.
And, you know, they knew what they wanted to do going in, and, boy, were they efficient and effective.
Absolutely. They were humming all game long. Every shot seemed to come so naturally to them tonight.
And KG, so great to see you. It takes me back. It really does.
A lot of people don't know, man. We got real original ties, man.
Back to the beginning.
95, man. My original man right here.
Here he was, man. You were a thrill a minute. I'll tell you that.
Man.
A thrill a minute.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. They double him with LeBron. Back to Smart. And stolen by LeBron. And pushing it up is Cleveland. The Cavaliers again in transition.
Well, this is why LeBron is LeBron, right? His ability to make something happen on defense and finish with flair on the opposite end.
Kevin, one of the biggest moments of your career, the 2008 championship with the Boston Celtics. Talk about the camaraderie among that group of players.
You know, Kev, I can tell right away that we had something special getting together right in September, right before the year started. We started working.
Oh!
Yes.
Goodness.
Boy, Kev, how about the recognition of Kyle Korver? Puts the pass on time and on target, makes it an easy opportunity for his teammate.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Rozier. And Hill over to help. Tatum kicks to Rozier. Here's Horford. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And people may not know, KG, that you're not just a broadcaster for 2K, but you're a member of the 2K community.
Have you been keeping up with the community, man?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Man, listen, shout out to all the 2K players out there. I'm Jizzle Lord. Y'all know what it is. I'm Jizzle Lord 5. Shout out to my OBF team. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Dex. Shout out to Bug. Shout out to everybody out there playing.
Wow.
Right. We definitely.
Wow.
It's all good. You know, I'm OBF. I'm about the team. I'm gang. You know what it is. Jizzle Lord. Y'all holla at me. Y'all know what it is, 2K. Right.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And while we have a chance, let's now take a look at the NBA's season assist leaders. 5th on the list, LeBron James.
And it seems like he's taking it on his shoulders to get every one of his teammates involved in the offense here in the postseason. What a passing display.
And Kevin, there was such a whirlwind around your trade to the Celtics from the Timberwolves. What were your thoughts and emotions at that time?
You know what? Being in Minnesota at that time, it was very difficult for me. I didn't necessarily want to leave. I had a goal to bring the city a championship, and I felt like I could do that. Nothing worse than when you have to deal with the reality of change. I'm not the one for change, even though I do know in order to process or progress better, you have to embrace some change. So with the help of my friends from Chauncey Billups, Teron Lou, I sat and I thought through it with those guys who had been through the trade process and talking to me, getting me to understand my options. And once I understood all my options, then I just, it was about what was best for me and my family.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. And Kev, you had a voice in where you'd go from Minnesota. How did all that play out?
I sat with my wife, and we all kind of went through it and thought Boston was the best situation. Paul and I had great bones and great history that I don't think the world really knew. We have been knowing each other since 14, 15. I played with each other younger, and I had a chance to play with Cole, but that really didn't go through. A lot of people don't know I had a chance to play with Steve Nash also, but I wanted to play with Stoudemire, and that wasn't the case. So I decided to go to Boston. Ray and I knew each other from South Carolina. And then, the Rondo piece was a huge piece for me. I had followed the youngster in his first year and just watched his growth a little bit, even though I was in the Western Conference. And then when I got to Boston, I knew they had good pieces like Kendrick Perkins and Tony Allen. I wasn't aware of the big baby piece yet. And then I wasn't sure on the Posey part. And then all of a sudden it started to come together, Eddie House. And then all of this. And
great names.
Great
names.
Just all alphas, all guys able to stand up and speak for themselves and be articulate and, all different facets and, very similar facets of who we are personality-wise. And a lot of people just don't know that team there, I don't think another coach could have coached that team other than Doc Rivers.
Got a piece of it and stolen by Horford. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Tatum wide open, he fires one. No good that time. Cavaliers go the other way with it.
And just the kind of start you're hoping to avoid. 1 for 5 from the field here early on.
James, no good. Celtics trail by 15. Smart with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. They double him with Love. And stolen by James. By himself, and the dunk by James.
And LeBron James showing no signs of slowing up anytime soon, scoring with ease.
The Celtics have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Kevin, when you played, we all know how intense you were, how much you cared. That, to me, was the thing that you cared so much about the product, about your team, about the game. But some people have said that maybe there was a streak of you that was mean is maybe not the right word, but you were overly aggressive for it. But I don't know how you could have played any differently than that.
I call it dialed in.
What?
I like to think that if you're trying to accomplish something, then, I only know one way to
go
accomplish
at it with
something.
gusto, right?
You go at it with everything you have.
Yes.
You go to dominate it and take it over. You don't go at something lightly.
Can't walk through the park with this game,
Not at all. Not at all. And this game is full of talented elites. Night in, night out, you're playing someone that can typically go for 50 easy.
So true. And KG, you're retired from the game now, and you're stepping into the broadcast business a little bit now, aren't you?
Man.
Yeah.
You
How do you like it? How do you like it?
You know what? Area 21 is something that is authentic. It's me. I'm having a great time watching the games. It's really cool being a fan now. I can root for people I want to root for. I don't have to worry about preparing and who I'm going to guard, and I'm getting the tea. So you know what? It's a great time. It's work. It's not just you go on there and you have a bunch of fun. We actually get some things done, and but we have a great time, man.
You're a natural.
Hey, Kev, listen, watching you, being around you, man, the great, rest in peace to Craig, Ernie, Charles, all these great influences, man, has definitely helped, not just me, but our younger generations of broadcasters, man. It's totally, I didn't see this being my lane, but I'm having fun with it.
Doing a great job. Al Horford, a player who doesn't dominate any one category as a big man, but KG he has very few weaknesses. He's fundamentally sound.
He's very effective, man. Al Horford knows what he is. He's very solid with what he does, sets great picks. He's able to create space between him and his defender. If you watch him, he's gotten better with his shot. He's gotten better with his three-point shot. He's able to shoot it at rapid style now. Being in Atlanta, being in a kind of a system where he was able to play kind of 4 guys, 1 in, and he would be more perimeter perimeter. He's really developed a perimeter shot now. It's really helped him. Now he's able to put the ball on the floor with a shot fake and go to the basket, make, other passes to guys. Really helped that whole system up there. Boston is a threat, but without Al Horford's play, his inside play, and his, able to go out and hit threes, they're not the same team without him.
Quality person, too.
Absolutely,
yes.
Man. No better locker room leader. He's one of these guys that, when you talk about men, you want to know that men can stand up and speak like men. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that's going to put on the table, and we are going to be in here speaking as men as it should be.
Kevin, we see some coaches get extremely emotional on the sideline. Others take a more even-keeled approach, more calm on the sideline. Which coaching style would you prefer to play for when you were in your prime? Did you want a coach who was animated, or just kind of settled on the sideline?
You know what? I like the coach that was settled on the sideline. I like to think that great coaches are going to be able to coach you in practice, and then during the games, it's about the product and what you put out on the floor. Yes. Coaches that have understanding, coaches that have vision, coaches that understand the game, understand that it's a game of runs, know that it's a game of momentum, and have plays for those momentums and those times, or coaches that I've always gravitated to and understood.
Like Doc was kind of in between, wasn't he? Little bit of emotion, but he could also have a calm demeanor on that side.
And Doc was all fire. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Jaylen Brown is out of UC Berkeley. He has sought out the mentorship of greats like Isaiah Thomas, the original Isaiah Thomas, the first Isaiah Thomas. How key is that for young players, you think, Kevin, to tap into your knowledge, to talk to an Isaiah Thomas or a Shaq?
It's important, man. The OGs have the knowledge. We like to call the YGs, this younger generation. And what you get from an OG is that he's going to give you stuff that intangibles, things parents, relatives, family can't give you, things that go in the locker rooms, things that that helps you prepare. When you get knowledge like this, you have to apply it. You have to use it to the best of your ability. More importantly, you have to see how it fits. You'll get some advice from a great, and at some point you have to see how it relates to you and your life. And then, and we like to say in our league, the way you give back or the way you pay an OG back is that when you become an OG and you see a YG, you give them those same jewels that some OG gave you at one point.
And Kevin, welcome to the 2K team. I didn't realize how much you love NBA 2K.
Oh, man, 2K is always live, man. I'm a super fan. Man, this game is going all over the place, bro. Like, seriously, like, I'm geeked to see what's next, man. They got everything down. I'm sitting here watching all the little small intangibles that come with the game. I'm watching the game grow. I'm watching how better players are getting. I'm watching the online play, man. It's lit. It's lit. I can't wait to see this.
The Cavaliers leading by 18. Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
Well, I'm not sure there's a more intimidating sight in basketball than watching LeBron on the move.
Boston's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Kevin, when you're talking about influences, you mentioned Chris Webber's name a lot.
Yeah, Webb was kind of, he and Stacey Augmon was at a time where I was trying to find myself as a player.
Search for a roadmap, maybe. Who do I most resemble?
Not only that, but just some direction. At the time I was a big who had handles, and if you know anything about Southern coaches, they don't want their big handling the ball. Yeah. So you get the ball up to a guard or whatever. It wasn't until I got to Chicago to where the scouts or, people were able to see, like, wow, this big can actually handle the ball. He has handle a little bit. And then my high school coach would actually make me bring the ball up to show off and showcase.
No kidding.
I hated it. I was like, God,
but look at what happened,
bring the ball up. And he knew that turning, I could handle it. And I was like, oh, my God, I hated this. And he knew I would go and dunk him on. I was like, man, I don't want to shoot. He was like, no, bring the ball up. Anyways.
He dialed that one up from long distance. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Kev, you think of the great ones. You, Kobe, Jordan.
Timmy,
yeah, how about him? They worked harder than anybody else, Kevin.
And what you learn is that the similarity or the parallel that you all have is an inner animal that you never speak about. We're all a little off. We're all a little dark. But that's what pushes you through pain. That's what pushes you through tough moments. When someone says you can't, when someone says this is not possible. This is unreal. No one's ever done it. That's the moment you're looking for. The moment someone told Kobe that he couldn't get over 50, 60, something Jordan couldn't do, he was driven in that. And if Phil wouldn't have stopped him, he probably would have reached 100 points.
He probably would have, yeah.
You know, he did Wilt Chamberlain a favor. And that's just real. He was in that type of mode. We all share that passion. We all share that drive. And the ones that have that inner darkness, we all understand.
It's like a split personality, huh?
It's almost like another level.
Yeah. Off the pick. Tips it. And it's Horford with the extra effort. Horford's got 7 points.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
The drive by... Look at that!
Oh. You could see it in LeBron's eyes. He would not be denied on that drive.
Boston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Horford, and he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 9.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Clarkson. Horford the pass to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Morris has got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, Kev, this in part is why Al Horford is seen as such a terrific leader. His willingness to pass the basketball, to play unselfishly.
Brown outside. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Cleveland. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about to get underway. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
Kevin, you were so successful jumping from high school to pros. What do you think about the current situation now, the age of 19, the minimum to go to the draft?
You know, I'm always be a fan of the younger kids being able to have the opportunity. I don't like when you put parameters. I could see if college was really teaching these kids and really giving them a solid situation to be able to have something to defer to. But, you know, these kids are not learning at the rate that you would like them to learn in college. And plus, they're not staying in college to these great institutions to be able to apply some of the things they're learning. So I just think that
they're basketball players.
They're basketball players, but they should have the opportunity to take advantage of if you're able to play at 17, 18 like I was. Not saying that every kid's going to have that, but you have obviously the D-League. You have all these multiple leagues throughout the world and where kids go to play. Now, some kids have missed out just because of that 1 year and some mishaps. And you sit here and you can say, you know, for business is good for this. Listen, the business is what it's going to be. We need to develop and have these kids be professionals more than anything. We need to grow these kids from a skill level and an appetite level. Our game was built off for one to be better than the ones that's come before us. You know what I'm saying? Lou Alcindor came in here. He was, a.k.a. obviously Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was more encouraged to beat out Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell more than anything. And then that starts to trickle down from the effect of from Jordan wanting to be better than Larry Bird and Magic to Kobe wanting to be better than, you know, it's the same thing. It's being trickled down. And when I think of greatness, I think, you know, it's going to follow. It's going to be shadows, and at some point it's going to mimic.
Shane Larkin is out there with Brown. Then there's Monroe. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Horford in at the power forward. That's the Boston 5. Here's Monroe. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Well, the fans out there watching this, Kev, can you talk about why it's so incredibly difficult to win an NBA title, to become a champion? Why is it such a tough process?
Well, just imagine having a goal and you're not pursuing the goal by yourself. You know, say Just say you and somebody else.
Relying on somebody else.
Relying on somebody else, okay? So let's just say you and someone are doing something, walking up a hill. Y'all getting ready to go walk up a hill. Well, the speed in which you want to walk at might be different from the other person. And what you realize about when you're trying to reach any goal is that you have to be connected. You have to be understanding of, we're going to walk up it together like at this speed, like this, or we're going fast, we're going slow. It has to be a great level of communication and understanding. At the same time, you have to have the same work ethic because you have to understand that you're together. And you don't get to go at this level and leave someone behind. You have to actually, if you got to pull them, if you got to keep up, whatever it is. All this goes into trying to win.
It sure does. That's right.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Smart's checked in for Al Horford. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Smith comes in for Jordan Clarkson. That one misses. Kevin, we've all seen the evolution of the perimeter-style offense. Do you think it'll ever go so far that we'll see the game come back to an inside-oriented offensive scheme?
I think right now that with pace being the way it is now, Kev, I don't see it necessarily going through or going back to playing through the post. Although you have to have an alternative. I think that you just can't be all three-pointers and layups. I think you have to have a constant flow of inside-outside. I think it helps to have a post player. I think having a post player or a true post player that can score and dominate the middle opens up threes and opens up ball movement.
You played during the transition, too, didn't you? From a grinded-out type of game inside to the spacing that we have now.
I did, and I'd like to say that, Doc Rivers started the small ball, and, we were very, very keen on the small ball. So I think in today's game, you got to be able to shoot the three now and be able to handle the ball and put the ball on the floor and make decisions. So it shows that the game is transforming.
The free throw drops for Korver. Kevin, you accomplished everything individually as a teammate. Anything that you wish you would have done? Any player that you wish you would have played with? Any regret in that form that lingers with you in retirement?
No, nothing lingers. Obviously, you sit back and think about I would love to play with Kobe for a year or got to, team, at least play in the U.S.
You had a chance to. Wasn't there like a rumor at one time?
Yeah, it was.
Maybe going to the Lakers?
Well, my connection with Paul was just the opportunity when I waited. Yeah. It's what it was. But,
Kobe, you wouldn't have traded the Paul Pierce thing for anything?
No, I wouldn't have, because Paul and I are true brothers. The connection, and then the team, Ray, my connection with Doe and then Doc and all that. So I wouldn't have given that up for anything. But if I could have played with one person, it probably would have been Kobe. Summertime, I say USA because that's when you get to play with each other and all that, and you get to kind of beat up on everybody else and be USA or whatever. So that would have been super fun. But it's all good. Shout to Mama, you know what it is. But I have no regrets, man. I left everything on the floor. I enjoy watching the game more than ever now, dog. I'm not even going to front. I enjoy having my popcorn, my little ritual with my boys, and we sit back and we watch the game. I'm loving the game.
Yeah.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Kevin, when you entered the draft, no player had made the jump from high school to the NBA in 20 years. And what were your emotions when your name was called number 5 overall?
Oh, man, I remember that. It was
17 years old?
17, just turning 18 at the time. I was in like a whirlwind, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that goes up into the draft, things that I wasn't aware of. You're training twice a day. You're trying to get ready for the combine. You're trying to get ready for pre-draft. You got to do workouts. This is all new to me, on top of still going to high school, trying to, graduate and stuff. So I figured it out. I hustled and I bustled and I juggled a bunch of different things. But once your name is called, it's almost like the culmination. It all comes together. It's a special moment for just you and your family and your loved ones and ones around you. And when my name was called, it felt like the world had stopped and everything was going very slow.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
And when you watch Marcus Smart, you can see just how strong he can be on the defensive end. Why do you think, KG, he is such an impactful defender?
Marcus Smart, he rarely gambles. If you watch him play defense, he's very solid. He takes up space. You know, when these point guards now, they want to be able to have space to be able to create. He gives you one direction. You know what?
He anticipates well.
He anticipates well. More importantly, he's very smart. He understands the whistle. He understands hard fouls. He knows when to foul hard, when not to. And on the offensive end, too, he'll hit a three. He's a gutsy player. You know, on the defensive end, he'll take charges. He'll do little tangible stuff that a lot of guys won't do. Man, you need a smart on your team to do the small things if you're trying to really win.
And the smart things, right?
Yeah. The smart things. Yeah. Only you, K-Hard.
No, come on. I just got that from you. What are you talking about? I just heard you. No, you said it. I just
classic.
I just repeated it right
classic
there.
2K. Classic 2K K-Hard right there. You lit, K. You lit.
Because I'm next to you.
You lit. I'm telling you, lit.
Come on.
Hey.
Nice shot by Smith.
Well, what an open court display from J.R. Smith. So quick in transition.
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Baines kicks to Larkin. Monroe outside. Nice ball movement by Boston. Morris, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Kevin, especially back in Minnesota, you have some Hall of Fame battles with a guy named Tim Duncan. Talk about what those games, what those matchups were like.
Timmy, man. Timmy's very crafty, man. Our battles used to just, especially as young guys, man. Young guys trying to establish themselves in a gritty league at the time, full of some older, dominant names at the time. Michael Jordan, Elijah Malone. You know, the time where the forward position was a very, very tough position. But Timmy was one of them ones, man. Used angles very well, was very long. Had a lot of counters, very strong, and had an inner beast that people really didn't really talk about because you didn't really necessarily hear or see it. But man, Timmy's one of the best, man. It's not by coincidence. He's one of the ones.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Hill's checked in. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Yeah, and Smith needs to continue to work on improving his shot from the free throw line.
And Monroe kicks to Baines. There's a good screen. The dish now to Smart. Morris outside. 5 to shoot. He kicks to Smart from deep. They get the rebound. Baines. Corver with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
2 points. That one goes. And that's 11 points for J.R. Smith. Kevin, you were a mainstay All-Star Week. You've seen everything there. If it were up to you, would you make any changes in All-Star Week in the events and the way everything is kind of carried out? You've went to so many.
I have. And you know what? Each city gives you a true essence of its own identity. I would like to see each city get a chance to host, regardless of if it's big enough or not. I think that each city has the ability to host. I think each city...
if you're with the family, then you should be able to host in the family, right?
Well, not only that, but just think about what All-Star is, man. It's an event. It's a family event. And each city wants to be able to show you their best thing about their city.
Kevin, over the years, we've seen a number of super teams develop, and in the Warriors' case, it's not the Big Three, it's the Big Four. Is this a trend you see continuing? You did it in Boston.
Man, look,
you were the original Big Three.
It seems like it, eh? You know, right.
You were the original Big Three.
You know what? It's like an innovative type of thing, right? I didn't even know that we were doing that. Doubt. Right, because LeBron come back and do what? LeBron goes to
Miami. He's the Big Three right down there. Yeah.
And then what? Then it just starts morphing into these different things, right?
KD to Golden State.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man.
What do you think of that?
I think this is pretty much the norm. You know what? Listen. I think KD took a lot of heat for it, but when you really think about what he's doing, is that, let's say 20 years from now, he sits back and he wants to talk to Steph, he wants to talk to Draymond, he's talking to Clay. These are all going to be three greats with him. I'm just talking about those three guys. He's playing with three other greats. I'm sorry. If you had a chance to play with three other greats in the prime, Kev, you're going to do that. And if you don't, then something's wrong with you.
And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's 7 points for Jason Tatum. Korver attacking, good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Kevin, you look at the star players joining up today. At the end of the day, it's about winning.
The game is about winning. More importantly, it's about these bonds that you're able to establish. Those guys are going to be brothers forever. Now, I get the whole OKC, him leaving, right? But this is morphing into something else, and I think that this is going to be part of the norm.
Championships.
It is, man, and that's what you're in this for. You go to build these things. I don't know if I would have done it like that, but I understand it. I get it. He's playing with three other greats that's making the game more efficient for him, and it's working. But, yes, I see this being the norm in the league.
Here's Baines. The rebound by Kevin Love.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Boy, you really like to see Smith go to work inside there, always looking to expand on his game.
Regular season grind, 82 games in the regular season. In your opinion, is that the right amount of games for teams to play, or would you like to see the schedule shortened where there's more practice in between, more days of rest, more days to recuperate?
Man, look.
You get a big smile on your face.
For the old school, Kev, 82 games is how you got to come through it. Listen.
It's a war, isn't it?
It is. And you know what? This is the tradition of it, man. This is what it is, bro. If you don't want to go through this and go through this hall and this road of this journey, then cool. Go to another league. They got shorter games. They got other awards that you can, This is the NBA. This is what it is. This is the grind of it. And ones that have come before you have done it, just like the ones that's after you is going to do it. This is what it is, bro.
And KG, 2 decades later, you still look the same. You don't age. You do not. You do not age.
Man, listen. I wish I could use the Beyonce. I woke up like this, but actually I woke up like this and worked out some more, and then worked out a little more to look like this.
You look terrific.
You look great too, man. What's the secrents, man?
I'm following you, watching your advice.
Yeah, right. You've been doing this way, man. Ken, what year is this for you? Seriously?
Broadcast in the NBA, 20 years, and then 12 years with 2K.
Man, you're a beast, man. You know what I love about 2K, man? They bring the best in for the best.
You
understand, my dude? Straight up.
That's why we've got you. But, Kevin, you play this game a lot, don't you? Especially when you were younger.
Man, listen, man. 2K is it, bro.
2 shots.
Hey, there's no other games out here. This is what it is. If you play basketball, if you online, nobody's playing nothing else. This is it.
Yeah.
2K is the cream of the crop. It's the gang. They know what it is. It's lit. They know what it is. Seriously, they ain't got to do this. They know.
Kevin, you were always known as wanting to play and always wanting to practice. You were a gym rat. What did you do when a coach would ask you maybe to take a breather? Let's sit out this game. Let's rest up. Would you welcome that? Would you just say, I'll let you know when I can't go? Or how would you handle that situation?
You know what? I've always asked the coach to respect the way I get ready for games. Mm-hmm. I've always asked him to respect the way I approach the game. I've always asked the coach to respect me and my expertise in knowing my body. I'm very, very vocal. Listen, if one person needs rest and it's me, I know how to raise my hand. I know how to say I need some rest. But, I'm a person who likes to push through a lot of things. I'm a person who understands rest, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm a person who understands that practice makes perfect. And if I can work on something for as long as I can to make something better, because I know at the end when I need it, especially when I used to call it dial up. When I call, I need the answer.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
That guy's not sure how many big men could have found that open man that quick. Great play from Kevin Love there.
Smart with the ball. Now guarded by Hood. Smart kicks to Horford. Shoots from 14. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Well, with the defense laying off him, he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Picked by Horford. They double him with James. Ball's knocked loose. Baines with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. Number 5 is Kevin Love.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
From the inbound, intercepted. And pushing it up, here's Boston. They get it again. Baines dishes to Smart. Great D that time from Green.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
KG, I know you can't stay any longer. You've got to move on, but we appreciate your time, and it's always great to see you.
Kev, anytime, man. It's great to see you, man. Anytime you need me, you let me know, man. I'm yours.
Former MVP, Defensive Player of the Year and champion, Kevin Garnett. And Doris, one of the things that really strikes me about KG, he's as smart as he is athletically gifted. What a treat to have him join us tonight.
Well, I'm in awe of his enthusiasm, and it's not just when he's talking, but when others are talking as well. There's so much life to the conversation. Everything he brought to the court for 21 years, he now brings to the booth. Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
Celtics shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Here's Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Here's LeBron. And Horford pulls it down.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Out left to the wing. Brown wide open. He fires. The putback is no good. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Cleveland ahead, running away with it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. And now back to the other Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And the heightened atmosphere we have here this evening for NBA playoff action. Hey, everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith by my side. For the Cavaliers, in the first half of this critical Game 5, they've played with intensity and energy, and they're now poised to grab that all-important 3-2 lead in this series. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Lot going on there as we welcome you back to Boston. That shot taken from the observation deck at the Prudential Center. Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Eastern Conference Final as we get things started once again. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. The Cavaliers shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. At the 4, it's LeBron with Love at the 5. A lethal front court pair. Hill is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Korver in at the 3 slot. And it's Baines in the corner. Now here's Smart, covered by Smith. Celtics passing it around. Horford has a wide open look. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game. Here's James, and he lays it straight in. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Pick by Horford. Smart kicks to Tatum. Back to Smart, takes the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Kicks it out to James. And it's sent back by Horford.
How about the timing by Al Horford? Twice on the pipes, sends it back.
Rozier the pass to Horford. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Boston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Horford's got 17 now.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Imagine LeBron gets a step on you. It must be like a steam engine coming at you to the rim. All you can do is foul him.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first.
Listen, LeBron has had some years where his free throw percentage has not been as high as you'd like, but for the most part, pretty solid.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Pass to Love. Second chance shot. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Rozier. The second chance effort, and it's sent back by Hill.
I think for a point guard, George Hill has incredible length, superb at timing, when to rise for these rejections.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for him.
You know, I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
The Cavaliers shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Smith. Here's Smart. 7 points in the game. Horford with a screen on LeBron. Passes to Tatum. Back to Smart. The three. Bangs home the trifecta. Smart's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Celtics.
Well, Kev, it's great seeing Marcus Smart drain these perimeter jump shots. You know he's put in the time to let that offense become a natural part of his game.
Oh, he loves this. Just blows past defenders, takes it strong to the rack.
Feeds it to Baines. He dishes it to Horford. Pass to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Boston. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Here's James. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. LeBron's got 46 points.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
Picked by Horford. Smart kicks to Monroe. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Larkin, he's checked in for Rozier. A switch here also for Cleveland. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for George Hill. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Screen by Monroe. Shot clock at 5. Horford, no luck. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. Foul on Boston.
Come on, LeBron welcomes contact, so you are really doing him a favor when you send him to the line.
The Cavaliers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Celtics making a change here. Morris is checked in. Both free throws good from James.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Now here's Smart. Defense is right there. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Larry Nance is checked in for LeBron. Picked by Horford. Out to Morris from outside the arc. Knocked loose. Cavaliers shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Monroe with a screen on Thompson. Here's Horford. Boston again missing. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Count that bucket. 11 points for Marcus Morris.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
Horford dishes to Smart. And there's the feed to Morris. Celtics passing it around. Smart misses.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
The Cavaliers have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Two shots.
That's good from Calderon.
You know, you have to remember in 2009, Jose Calderon is the guy who set the record for free throw percentage in a season, over 98%. That may never be topped.
And Calderon drops them both. Boston's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Kicks it to the left wing. Here's Horford. A three-pointer off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Calderon gets it to go on the assist by Korver.
Come on now, for a guy who earns his keep from long range, that's just too easy for Calderon.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
There's a good screen. Larkin in the corner. Clock at 6. Here's Smart. And it comes off the front of the rim. Cavaliers have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Shoots from the baseline. Rebounded by the Celtics. Horford's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And the wide open shot from Morris. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Got a piece of it. Here's Smart. And that one is good. Smart's got 12.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
The Cavaliers have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Nance. Brown, he's checked in for the Celtics. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Smith. Both free throws good from Nance. Here's Smart. He's got 12. Morris outside. Again, the miss by Morris. Cavaliers shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Boston shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Now here's Smart, covered by Nance. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Rodney Hood's checked in for the Cavaliers. Calderon for 3. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Larkin, the pass to Smart, and he gets it to go. Smart's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, you have to respect the physicality of Marcus Smart's game, right? Just because you make contact with him doesn't mean he's not going to finish.
And that one's good. Green. Celtics shooting around 40% in the third. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. And Monroe kicks to Morris. Misses the layup.
struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up.
Fires from the wing. They grab their own miss. Here's Nance. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Nance has got 14 points for the game. Poked loose. Larkin dishes to Morris. He feeds it to Monroe. Larkin in the corner. From down in the low post, it goes.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
On the wing, Brown. Screen by Monroe. Shot off the screen. Brown, good. He's got 6.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him, his pre-shot preparation outstanding. Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Here's Larkin. Morris with a screen on Clarkson. Larkin kicks to Morris. To the inside. Smart. That's tipped. Fast break. Here they come. Calderon. That's good.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
And here's Smart. He's got 14. Dishes to Brown. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Jaylen Brown will be at the line shooting 2.
That free throw missing.
How exciting is Jaylen Brown as a basketball player? This guy is a skilled forward who loves showing off that ability to dunk the basketball.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Second free throw, no good. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Hood the bucket on the assist by Nance. Nance has got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Stolen by Clarkson. Jumps up, throws down the breakaway jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Larkin. And there's the pass to Monroe. And it's slammed in by Monroe.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the dunk by Love. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 assists.
Oh, guys, Love leaves no doubt with the finish on that one.
Larkin kicks to Smart. Monroe outside. Knocked loose. Cleveland moving it around. For 3, Love. Second chance shot. And Nance with the lay-in. Nance has got 18 points in the game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 11. The shot missing.
No question he's having a bad quarter, so somebody else needs to take charge of the scoring if they're going to cut into this deficit.
The Celtics shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Boston, no good that time either.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Green. Offensive rebound.
Boy, how do you like the determination from Love right there? You have to put a body on this guy whenever a shot goes up.
35 seconds left in the third quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Monroe's shot is good.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Here's the three. Love with another miss. Boston shooting the ball around 43% from the floor so far in the third quarter. To the right side. Morris outside, beyond the arc. Rebounded by Hood. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Six seconds left in the third. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And so it's Cleveland, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got Ogilvy down out there with Allen. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Nader in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. It's stolen. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Hill leading the charge. He gets that one. Hill's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Cavs. Boston shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Allen passes to Nader. Expanding his range. Here's Baines. Green with the block.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Both free throws good from Green. And so it's Boston with it. Pass to Ogilvy. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. The 3 ball. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And even without that 3 ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
no hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
For Boston, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
There's a screen. The screen from Brown. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. No good. Shot missing. Cavaliers shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. And the wide open shot from Green. It's not going to go for him. Now Boston takes it the other way. Nader the pass to Brown. Shoots over Clarkson. Brown. Good.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
Got that one up quick.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Right. If you want to get back in the game, you simply can't afford to let long-range shooters get comfortable.
An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Boston's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Passes it to Ojale. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
The shot by Zizic, no good. The Celtics have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Green with the block. Zizic with the bucket. Zizic has got 7 points here in this quarter. Boston shooting a meager 37% for the game. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Baines. The layup missed. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And yes, it's good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Hill's gone 5 of 7 from the field. That's over 71% actually. It's stolen by Green. Now Cleveland moving it up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
And both free throws good for Green. And so it's Boston with it. Allen outside. And Hill over to help. Allen with it. He's picked up by Hill. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And Green slams it in.
Kevin, I've always appreciated the unselfish nature of George Hill. He always has his eyes surveying the floor.
Boston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. They set the pick. Pass to Ojale. That one wide left.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Over in the corner, Brown. To halt the run. He can't get it to go. Good D by Thompson. Hill dishes to Thompson. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 10 points for Tristan Thompson.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Allen outside. The dish to Brown. This one for three. Drops in the tray. Brown's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Thompson with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Hill over to help. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And some changes here for the Celtics. Yabusele, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Larkin. Here's Yabusele. He kicks to Larkin. No good from outside. Thompson inside. No good. Shot missing. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Nader. Stolen by Thompson. The finish. And Thompson throws it down.
How nice. Thompson forces a turnover on the defensive end, starts running, and is able to finish the break.
The pass to Nader. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient. Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Pass to Ojale. Shoots the three. Calderon pulls it in.
This has been absolutely brutal. Missed every shot this quarter. He needs to keep his head up and keep working.
Thompson with the bucket.
Yeah, there are several ways that Thompson can be a factor on the offensive end, and he is still adding to that arsenal.
Got a piece of it. To the paint to end the run. Green with the block. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
It's good from long range.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Here's Thompson, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Thompson's got 22 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Boy, and how about that determination by Thompson? Love to see that kind of focus in transition.
Here's Larkin. Pass to Yabusele. He dishes it to Larkin. Hill pulls it in. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Thompson misses. And for the Celtics, they're shooting poorly, just 35% so far. They set the pick. Allen kicks to Larkin. Back to Allen. It's stolen by Korver. And pushing it up is Cleveland again in transition. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson doing a great job leaning in on the drive and working his way to the foul line.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
Thompson knows he needs to keep working on that free throw shot. It definitely needs improvement.
For the Cavaliers, Hood comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for George Hill. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Monroe, no good. The Cavaliers shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Here's Calderon, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
That's tipped. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Cavaliers making a switch here. Nance is checked in. Here's the Celtics with the ball. Here's Larkin. It's stolen by Calderon. Drops in the breakaway layup. Calderon's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the activity of Calderon defensively yielding dividends that time with the quick hitter in transition.
Screen by Monroe. Here's Larkin. Off target from three-point range. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Calderon, no good. Boston shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Here's Larkin. He's covered by Clarkson. Shot by Brown. Here's Monroe. Got a hand on it. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Calderon leading the charge.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
And just a huge victory at an important time in this series, not to mention a tremendous motivational boost, if you will, for the Cavaliers.
Better shooting from the charity stripe was what made the difference, I think, in this one.
Yeah, the concentration and focus was there, and I think that was what allowed them to win this war.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Larkin, no good on the three.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And that one good from Clarkson.
And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
Stolen by Clarkson, and the Cavaliers pushing it up now.
Two shots, foul, 2. Now, gentlemen, 2 shots, loose shots.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Clarkson. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Timeout called. Cleveland. They're in front. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
With a chance to take command in this series, he did everything. That is the kind of killer instinct you need in the playoffs. Monroe against Thompson. Over Monroe. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Larkin can't get it to go.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This was a pivotal game in the series so far, and they were able to keep their heads straight, get the job done, and take the all-important 3-2 lead.
Now they can breathe just a little bit easier, knowing they're just one win away from closing this thing out. Had they lost this game, the pressure on them would have been huge.
Oh, just gigantic, you're right. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. LeBron, you've got a lot of postseason experience. How do you stay calm but intense in a game like tonight?
It's the playoffs. I mean, if you don't feel some type of pressure or you don't feel anxiety or feel excitement about the postseason, then something is wrong inside you. So, as a leader of this team, I just try to make plays to help our team win, and we're happy we're able to get it.
Yeah, you were in control when it counted most. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time